Hello and welcome to the podcast. It's Ryder and Lisa back from vacation. We intended to do one of these yesterday on the podcast and, just do some recapping. But then Jenna came into the studio and then it was weird for us to be like, can you excuse us while we record something for the podcast?
Yeah.
So here we are before she gets in.
She's bringing us Starbucks today. I'm so excited. I have an identity crisis with Starbucks. I don't have a drink. Mm-hmm. So I always panic when people are like, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know. Something good.
Well, this is because you don't like coffee. We've talked about this
I do like coffee. I just ordered an espresso, I think. I don't know. I never got a confirmation email after, so did I do it wrong?
An espresso. Oh, I thought you said from Jenna you ordered an espresso, and I was gonna apologize because that is a coffee drinker's coffee. Like that would tell me that you like coffee. No, you'd get yours, an espresso, with almond cream, whipped cream,
half sweet,
chestnut praline flavoring.
They're actually out of that right now. It's upsetting.
Put on ice, then cooled, then it's just not coffee anymore,
I need a coffee today, though, because yesterday, Gordon Marshmallow, sweet little baby angel Gordon Marshmallow, follow him on Instagram. He's famous. But he had to go to the vet. And they had to, I always say the wrong thing. I always say that they had to put him to sleep, but that's the wrong way to word it, right?
Yeah, or like
put him under.
You told my daughter that we had to put the dog down. And I'm like, no, we don't. We have
just down on the counter.
We have to put him under so that they can clean out his ear that gets all gunked up.
Yeah, so they found grass in his ear. It's January 6th. Yeah. The last time he rolled around in grass.
A long time
months ago. So yeah, it was bad and infected. And then when he got home, he was super confused, as dogs would be, because they don't understand what happened.
Or every time I looked at him and he was just out of it, I was like, he's vibing.
No, he wasn't vibing. He was anxious. He had his tail between his legs and he literally roamed the house
but maybe
till 3 a.m.
Maybe it was just a wild trip.
No, he was so scared.
So yeah, I slept with him on the couch.
We took shifts. You were like, hey, you go to bed at 7 because you might have to be up with him in the night. And I was like, you're right. So I went to bed at 7 and I was up. I was up around, 1 a.m. with him until this morning.
They didn't want him on stairs, so I had to have him on the main floor with me. And he just paced all night.
It's so sad.
So we're both a little tired this morning. We did have some great moments on the show, though.
Yeah.
And I think you'll enjoy them, including a mom that just pulled an absolute boss move. She's hilarious on TikTok. She pretended to be a reporter to break down what her kid did.
Yeah, and we also did a fun round of Nostalgia Off. Listen to it and then hit me up on Instagram if the books I talk about are books that you used to read as a kid. Because Ryder's never heard of them and it blows my mind.
Thank you for checking out the podcast. We do appreciate it. And don't forget to check out our show live weekday mornings on Play 107 from 5:30 to 10. And feel free to comment, like, and share the podcast. Hit us with those stars, girl.
This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai. Check out the Southtown Hyundai Advantage at southtownhyundai.ca.
Time for 2022's first ever episode of Unsung Heroes, where we give shout-outs to people, places, and things that don't always get the attention they deserve. Let me be your hero.
Shout out to Betty White having her last word be her late husband's name, Alan. Little do we know, after everyone left the room, she wasn't done the sentence yet. She said, Alan, who are those angels on each of your arms? He was already in heaven, in case you didn't know.
Alan, you forgot to turn on the damn dryer before you left.
He's been in heaven since the 80s. He might have moved on. Betty's pissed.
I've got another one for her. Shout out to a pretty wild stat I saw online that Betty White would have made it to 100 if we didn't have all the skip year February 29ths that she would have had over the duration of her life.
Oh, wow. Wow.
If she was born in one of many Asian countries where you're considered one as soon as you're born, she would have made it to 100 as well. So let's just say that she did.
Can we just appreciate the fact that Betty White lived through the invention of sliced bread all the way through to ordering things online and then being at your doorstep the next day?
Yeah, pretty wild.
Love it. Shout out to the cold, crisp air this week. I can't get enough of the feeling like my hands are about to fall off when I walk outside. Finally, it gets dark at like 3 p.m. Everyone's angry and sad. All the birds' eyelashes are frozen. Life is good.
All right.
That was sarcasm if you didn't notice.
Shout out to using the cold for every excuse right now. Don't want to cook? Too cold. Let's order in. Don't want to go to work? Too cold. I'll call in sick. Don't want to pay my brother back? Too cold. Might need the cash for my gas bill.
You can e-transfer.
Don't want to clip my toenails?
Please clip your toenails.
Too cold. Need the extra foot coverage.
Shout out to Zendaya and Tom Holland, who are dating in real life. If they got married, would she change her name to Zendaya Holland? These are the things that keep me up at night.
No. He'd probably change his name to Tom Zendaya.
You're right.
That's a sexy name.
Yes, I like that.
Shout out to the Oilers for almost not losing for a bit of the game last night.
They lost, hey?
Yeah, that's where we're at right now. We're excited that we almost didn't lose.
Congrats to the entire team. Shout out to that one tooth in all of our mouths that kind of hurts when you eat, or that one area in your gums that constantly bleeds when you brush your teeth, but you're just too lazy to book a dentist appointment. Or is that just me?
No, I got these.
I got this one tooth that I'm like, this definitely needs a crown, and as do I.
And finally, shout out to some Canadian cities who are seeing COVID's impact plateau based on results from stool samples in wastewater. Either that, or people are just holding it because they don't want to sit on a cold toilet seat.
It's time for the Nostalgia Off with Ryder and Lisa.
From Ustara and Company.
Play 107.
Okay, let's do this. Would you like to go first, Ryder?
Sure. Let us know whose list hits you in the feels harder. Giving music as a gift. CDs, tapes.
Oh, yeah.
It was special, personalized, and cheap.
When somebody burnt you a CD, that was
the
next
best.
level love.
Yeah.
Watching Maury at 3 p.m. before your parents got home from work. The perfect timeline where you got home around 10 to 3, watched Maury. Your dad would be pulling up into the driveway around 4.
Shut it off, shut it off.
Shut it off.
Mom and Dad arguing in the front of the car while having a paper map out that was the size of the windshield.
Can't believe people knew how to get places with just a paper map.
Yeah.
Going on... Okay, I don't know if my group of friends were the only weirdos, so please somebody validate this. Going on rotten.com at your friend's house after school. Do you remember that website?
Yeah.
We saw some things at a young age. It was inappropriate.
When you'd get something different in your lunch kit, like, oh, what's this, Jell-O pudding? Don't mind if I do. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. It's a little bit warm because it's been in my lunch kit all morning, but whatever. When your mom or dad would buy chocolate milk, but it would be gone by the next day because your dad hogged it all that night.
And finally, how you had to remember important people's phone number. It was the only way to do it. You had to.
Do you have one at the top of your head right now?
Yeah. Like, I know I could name my 8 best friends' phone numbers. I could name... this is how small of a town I grew up in, though. Just 4 digits.
What? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's not anymore, but it was just 4 digits.
Okay, my last one has a niche crowd, too. After bedtime, when your parents thought you were sleeping, but you were actually up randomly organizing your room or reading The Adventures of the Bailey School Kids. Gargoyles don't drive school buses.
Okay,
Those are great books.
This whole, like, oh, someone please validate me, you're just begging for votes. A little bit greasy.
I don't know what bagging means, but whatever. You're already winning on the text line. Does nobody have...
That's because I'm killing it.
Ryder absolutely crushed Nostalgia Off today.
Yes, thank you.
But...
Champion, I'm a champion.
I did a poll on my Instagram story. Was I the only one that read The Adventures of the Bailey School Kids? So far, 82% of people said they also read them. So our text line is out of the loop.
No, we don't chirp the entire text line because you lost. Have you ever been able to use the skills you've developed in your career to aid you in parenting?
We posted this question on our Facebook page, Play 107 YEG. Give us a follow. Mel says multitasking efficiency from being a nurse helps exponentially with children.
Also, with like when they're ill and assessing how serious it is, being a nurse definitely would help with that. I know my mom a lot of the times would be able to lean on what she learned with nursing to see if like the gouge that we got in our head from throwing dinky cars at each other was, stitch worthy.
Yeah, I was going to say probably saved a couple hospital trips if she could just do it herself too.
Totally.
Amanda said it's actually the opposite with me. I use skills from parenting to help with my career. I was a stay-at-home mom for 9 years and now I'm back in the workforce for 8 years. The patience that I learned from being at home with my kids for so long has greatly helped in my career now working with adults.
Fair enough.
That's so funny.
Having access to a radio station is what I would put on the list for me. Like on cold days like this, when my daughter was anywhere from, 3 to 6 and we needed to get out of the house, we'd come to the radio station. She loved it here. She thought she was a star. And then I got her singing.
Yeah, the promotions department was fun for her because they always have stuffed animals and stuff in there because they're just a bunch of kids in adult bodies.
Yeah.
So fun. But she was doing segments on our show and everything when she was, 3?
And she'd walk in here like she was a superstar. Like, is the recording booth open?
She's like, can you get that hot chocolate machine up and running, please?
I have a couple clips from the good old days here that I think you'll appreciate.
Too hot damn. I want to you, I am a too hot damn.
So cute.
Then she developed her singing skills a bit. It sounded like this.
Party walking in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time.
Everybody.
And then eventually she got quite good. And then it was just a dad bragging that my kid can sing pretty good. And it just felt like this segment kind of lost its ridiculousness, right?
Ridiculousness, wholesomeness.
Yeah.
I mean, I would still listen to it.
Okay, maybe I'll bring it back.
But that's just me. I don't know.
You know what I mean? I'd feel like a dance mom.
Totally. No,
I'm a cool dad.
You're Amy Poehler and Mean Girls for sure. Okay, so we just got a text from Nicole saying, I'm a safety advisor for a home residential company. It's the opposite for me as well. All my site subs come to me like I'm their mother. They're so excited to show me they are safe, but my kids do emergency evacuation drills. That's cute.
Amazing.
Ryder and Lisa.
On Play 107.
What do you think Rihanna is doing right now with her billions of dollars? She posted pictures in her new updated lingerie line. Are you kidding me?
Oh, really?
Big crush on that chick. Yeah, search it up.
Whoa!
Yeah, right. You just typed gibberish. But it's like a dark purple lingerie set. Not that I would ever pay or wear it, but a girl can dream.
You wouldn't wear it? What if you got it? Like, what if somebody else paid for it?
Yeah, I would collect cobwebs.
It would, hey? Like, you'd be like,
no,
whoa.
the Kirkland full bums are just too convenient.
Wow, hot. Okay. We're talking about times you've used your career to guide you with parenting or to assist you in parenting. There is a story that's gone viral of an old TV reporter. Well, she's not old, but she just retired or taken some time off work. A past TV reporter, I should say. And she did a story on her 2-year-old's meltdown.
Kayla Sullivan reporting live from outside my son's bedroom where he's currently being detained until nap time is over. What I can confirm is my son is a 2-year-old terrorist who held me hostage at the Olive Garden earlier today. It's important to note the friends I met there do not have children and likely never will after witnessing this situation firsthand.
So it must have been pretty bad there. She continues.
This is an active investigation, but authorities believe the proper precautions were taken. I brought my son's favorite snacks and even risked judgment from other moms by bringing an iPad. After several cries demanding, quote, ketchup, ketchup! A Good Samaritan waitress miraculously understood it as the English word ketchup and brought him a bottle. Unfortunately, her good deed was later punished after he threw a ketchup-covered fork at her.
Do you think you could do a reporter voice? How do they do that? How do they
It's
just
good,
put it on?
I mean, I guess I could.
Sources are saying that. I can't even do it. Try saying a sentence.
I'll just read the Play 107 Facebook post that I have up right now.
Okay.
Who else read The Adventures of the Bailey School Kids?
No, see, you're scaring
Ryder
people
has never
away.
read... What?
That's scary. You're scary.
Well, thanks. Thanks for forcing me to try something on the spot and then yelling about how bad it was.
Who else read The Adventures of the Bailey School Kids? Ryder has never heard of them, but I'm convinced they were so popular.
Pump your own tires that you're killing it
good?
at this little experiment that I didn't know we'd be doing.
I don't feel like fighting with you.
Well, tell yourself 7 seconds ago that.
Sorry, Ryder. You actually sounded amazing.
No, we don't do that.
You did amazing.
And finally, she gives a recap once the young boy is up from nap time. A live interview.
Kayla Sullivan here. I have an exclusive sit-down interview. What do you have to say for yourself?
Joey!
There you have it. I'm sorry.
That's all he says. Great interview. Great interview.
What an awesome mom, hey?
Yeah.
Like, silly, fun, and like I guess you could react to something like that, have a lot of anxiety about it, but if anything, the last couple of years has taught me you can get a long way just laughing at yourself and not taking things too seriously when they don't have to be.
Even the part where she says the other parents were judging her for bringing an iPad, it's like, okay, we're all at Olive Garden. Like, can you back off?
Ryder and Lisa.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai.
Play 107.